I can't live like this. I literally cannot live like this. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Taaj, and I'm back today with some more free tea. Today I want to talk about living in the present moment and what I've been doing to disconnect from all the distractions that make me think too much in the future, think too much in the past, and just live right here, right now, in the present moment. So if you are interested in this type of content, then just stay tuned. A good friend of mine told me a quote, or gave me a quote that said, depression is living in the past and anxiety is living too much in the future. And so when she said that, it really resonated with me because as of late, if you've watched my last few videos, then I think I briefly mentioned something about dealing with anxiety. And I realized that the root cause of that anxiety was rooted in other people's judgment of me. And I was not a person, never have been a person that really consider myself to care about what other people think. But when we are just so deep into social media, we wake up, we scroll Facebook, Instagram, we scroll these social media platforms, and really what we're doing subconsciously, whether we really want to admit it or realize it or not, is we're actually comparing ourselves to other people. And this, sometimes social media can make you feel like, I'm not where I should be, or, I should be further in life, or I shouldn't be doing this, or I should be on a different level in life. And it can really start to make you or cause you to overthink, cause you to overanalyze where you are, your own journey, and really cause you to start to live in the future. I know that's exactly what it did for me. And so when I realized that and became self-aware of that, I was like, wait, hold up. I can't live like this. I literally cannot live like this. And on top of me having my own goals for myself and wanting to be in a certain place, I just had to admit to myself that social media was causing me to really, really dive deep into my future, things that I can't control. We can't control things that have already happened in the past. We can't control things that haven't happened yet in the future. The only thing that we can control and take advantage of is right now in the present moment, because tomorrow's not promised anyway. And so I had to figure out a way to disconnect from these anxieties that I was having. I had to figure out a way to disconnect from overthinking, overanalyzing, and just living entirely too much in the future. So I'm going to share with you guys 4 things that I did, or that I have been doing recently, that have really allowed me to soak up the present moment, to live in the present moment, and just be grateful for exactly where I am. You are exactly where you are supposed to be in this now present moment. Be grateful for that. So the first thing I did, this may be a little bit extreme for some people, especially if you have a small business. I have a small business, and social media can be extremely useful for small businesses to promote their products. But for me, my peace of mind was way more important than my promoting my small business or staying active on social media, because social media was the root cause of my anxieties for me. So the first thing I did was I deactivated my Facebook account, and if I could have, I would have deactivated my Instagram account. But unlike Facebook, Instagram, once you deactivate, you have to kind of start all over again. And so I just kind of removed the app from my phone, and all the apps that kind of acted as a distraction for me, I got rid of them. Now I'm not going to get rid of them forever, of course, but just until I get myself back on track. Again, on this channel, we transmute energy and ascend. And one way that I've been transmuting the energy of anxieties and fear and overthinking and all that stuff is just to back away from all of that, back away from it. And that has really, really helped me. I think now I've been off of social media for about 2 weeks, probably going on 3 weeks now. And I feel so refreshed, so renewed. I feel like my thoughts are my own again. I'm not constantly comparing and contrasting and feeling the need. Social media also made me feel like I had to show people my every move. It's kind of like, if you're going to be on there, you may as well interact. And for me, I found myself wanting to film my walks, and all that stuff is fine, but it just became too much. It just became too much, and it distracted me from the present moment. And I think I told one of my cousins, like, girl, it just feels so good to come out here and walk and exercise and do yoga and all the things that I like to do without picking up my phone and filming any of it, just living in that moment. So that's the very first thing I did, was I just deactivated, and I took a step back. Like, I just backed up from all the social media platforms, and I've just felt so much better. Comparison is the thief of all joy, and for a long time, social media was a really good source of inspiration for me. But over time, as I began to go through my own trials and tribulations and ups and downs and overthinking within my own head, social media just kind of magnified the surface level thoughts that I was already thinking about myself and the limiting beliefs that I was already having about myself. And when I realized that was the point and the moment in which I decided to take a step back. Going into that, I planned on going back into social media, not only renewed and refreshed, but also not in the mindset or the comparison mode, but more so back into the inspiration mode and being inspired and uplifted by people, instead of using what used to inspire me as a way to make me feel bad about myself and where I am and what I'm doing in my present journey and in this present moment. So yeah. The second thing I did was I stopped looking at my phone. When I first wake up in the morning, I stopped looking at my phone right before I go to bed every night. I feel that became a huge distraction and also made me be not in the present moment, whether it was something I was scrolling on, because again, social media can take you through a range of emotions. You know, you're scrolling on Facebook, and although I didn't have social media, as far as Facebook and Instagram, because those are the main two sources, but I still had like TikTok or YouTube, and even with those two, it can still take you through a range of emotions. You know, you're scrolling and some posts are funny, some, you know, are inspirational, motivational, some are really sad, and it just takes you on this roller coaster of emotions is what I found. And that was starting to be the catalyst of my day and how I ended my night. And so it really played a part on my subconscious more than I knew that it was. And so I went out and I bought me a regular little alarm clock. And so I stopped using my phone as an alarm clock. When I got me an alarm clock, charged my phone in an entirely different room, so that before I go to bed and when I wake up in the morning, I would actually have to use energy to get out of the bed, go into the next room, grab my phone, look at it, and scroll. And so instead of doing all that without having my phone even in the same room as me, I'm able to go to sleep peacefully, more relaxed, more in a meditative state. I'm actually able to wake up and go into meditation and not allow and think of my own thoughts first thing in the morning, versus getting on my phone and allowing or letting the social media tell me what it is that I need to be thinking in this very moment. So that's the second thing. I just got me a regular clock, used it as my alarm clock, started plugging my phone up and letting it charge overnight in a completely different room. And you guys, this has brought me so much peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding. The third thing that I've been doing is nothing new, but I haven't been as consistent as I should be. But ever since I decided to take a step back and really focus on living in the present moment, I've really been consistent at doing this. And that thing is every single day, whether it's in the morning or at night, or sometimes both morning and night, I write at least 10 things that I'm grateful for that day. So every single day I'm writing in my gratitude journal things that I'm grateful for, and just giving thanks. And instead of allowing my mind to race and tell me all the things that I need to be doing or should have by now, I just focus on centering myself and grounding myself in the peace and the knowing that everything is working out for me, best case scenario. And I'm able to really see the blessings that I have that we sometimes take for granted, whether it's just being alive and breathing air and having a sound mind and healthy body. Whatever you are grateful for that day, in that time, in that moment, I encourage you to write at least 10 things down every single day that you're grateful for. This will raise your vibration. It will align you with the energy and the frequency of abundance. And it will also ground you again in the present moment, in the now moment, which is all that we can control in the first place. I've also been working a lot with my crown chakra crystals and my singing bowls just to align myself with those frequencies as well. Amethyst, I've been working a lot with amethyst and my crown chakra, opening and clearing my crown chakra. Another technique to really open your crown chakra, and our crown chakra is here, and it is literally our connection and portal way to source, God, that energy, that higher intelligence. And so meditation has been just a major key as well. I know I say that in every single video, but it's because that is literally how much I believe in the power of meditation. Now, of course, when you first start meditating, and even if you're like me and you are a consistent meditator, but you have those moments where you fall off the wagon, when you go back into it, like my mind at first was just racing with all the thoughts, like I said, of things that I should be doing, could be doing. What am I eating for dinner today? Oh, I got to do this. I got to go to my post office. Like all these thoughts are racing. But as you become more consistent with meditation, those thoughts will slowly start to slow down and diminish, and you're able to just have a quiet, sound mind, and your soul will actually begin to speak to you. God will begin to speak to you, and you will receive so many downloads and so many revelations about where you are and where you're going. I heard someone say, I don't know if it was on a movie, but I heard someone say, I wish we knew that we were living in the good old days when we were living in the good old days. And that just reminded me that so many of us are so focused on the past and the future that we forget to live in the present moment. And so we don't even know that we're living in the good old days when we're living in the good old days. And so the last and final thing that I've started doing was just be intentional about reminding myself to be in the present moment. So every little thing that I do, whether I come out and walk, I focus on walking and just being in nature, watching the birds chirp and play, watching the wind blow the trees back and forth. When I'm eating, I decided to no longer eat and watch TV or eat and scroll on my phone. I just simply sit down and eat my meal, and I savor and enjoy every single bite. And just everything that I do, if I'm out shopping at Target, I'm not thinking about what I have to do when I get home, who I need to call back, none of those things. I'm literally just in the moment and soaking up every single moment. If I see something really beautiful or something that catches my eye, I don't automatically reach for my phone, because reaching for our phones, we miss a lot of moments when we reach for our phone for every single thing. And I just had to start telling myself, like, everything doesn't have to be captured. There's this a lot of the younger millennials, I am a millennial, but a lot of the younger millennials say, if you don't take a picture, if you don't get a video, it didn't happen. Well, it did happen. It did happen. And it's okay that if we are the only ones that catch that moment, we are in the moment. And I feel like it's just so important to just savor the moment, be in the moment, be present in the moment without feeling the need to record it or take a photo or share it with someone else. You experienced it, and that's enough because it's your personal experience. So that's all I have for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I encourage you all to prioritize your peace over anything, peace over everything, okay? So I encourage you to prioritize your peace, be in the present moment, live in the present moment, and watch your anxiety, fears, depression, all of those things just slowly minimize and fade away as you soak up the right here, the right now. So until next time, I will see you guys. Sending you all peace, love, and blessings.
Today I am reminding myself that just because people are getting things that I want quicker than me does not mean that it's still not possible for me. My timeline is not the same as theirs. It is still possible for me, and there is a reason why it's not coming into my life right now. There's a reason I don't have it right now. I have to remember that.